Hello and welcome to Undisputed Adventures. This is going to be a new series where I use some of my favourite fighters on the game, showcase them. The idea is to try and find fighters that can go across multiple weight classes. For example, Amir Khan is episode 1, starting off in middleweight. My first opponent is 71, 5-1, so he's going to be a tough opponent, Sugar Ray Robinson. All fights are ranked online. Every single fight we have. At the end, we will rate the fighters, so stay tuned and look out for that. Make sure you subscribe, turn your bell on, and here we'll get straight into it. You can see here in round 1, I'm going to start off quite aggressive against Sugar Ray Robinson. Try and gain his respect and not let him get into the fight too much. As you can see, we're just moving on the outside, circling left, circling right. We step in there, we step in, take a long straight to the face. Obviously you can see and hear every shot he's throwing is a power punch. Every shot he throws is a power punch. So already he's a dangerous player to play against because he spams power punches. And the danger becomes because we're Amir Khan, but we clip him there. You know, we show him that, yeah, we're Amir Khan with the glass chin, but we can get involved and we sit him down in round 1, setting the tone for the rest of the fight. You see in the next clip that he's trying to gold me in because what I'm doing now is I'm frustrating him. I'm just backing out, circling left, stepping in, circling right, stepping back in, seeing what his moves are going to be really and what his reaction will be to me coming in. I already know it's going to be the power straight. He's trying to gold me in with the taunts there. Obviously he clips me and that's the dangers. Clips me again and this time, you know, he's hurt me. But don't forget he's 71, 5-1 and he can't finish his dinner, lucky enough. So I don't know how he has that record, obviously cheating. We get him to surrender and the fight's over with. Amir Khan's the winner by surrender. Ultimately, I just want you to have a look at the next bit. Obviously, we outboxed him. The only round he won is when he dropped me. If you look at the total punches thrown on his side from Sugar Ray Robinson's side and then look at the power punches, every shot he thrown was a power punch. So I know people struggle with spamming players who spam power punches, but there you go. My next opponent is a tough one again in Joe Karzagi, where you see me on the outside again, stepping in. He's pretty similar to the Sugar Ray character. He's just going to throw that long straight, so that's why I kept that clip in there. This clip, you're going to see how I navigate around that. I'm just working the inside, throwing hooks, stunning my opponent, and then anytime he tries to throw a big punch, I've either got my guard up, I'm slipping, or I'm in and out, trying not to get overconfident with Amir Khan. As you can see, we're having a good war. And we end up clipping my opponent. He ends up escaping. Bad finishing from myself after criticising the Sugar Ray character. But, you know, unlike him, I will carry on capitalising until I get that finish. And we're going to see who gets up next round. And we're just, you know, we're having a bit of a war early on. We're going back and forth, but truth be told, in this fight, I'm just beating him from pillar to post. You know, I got his respect early on, sat him down, and there on for in the next few rounds, he's coming forward, he's fighting, but he's cautious, and I'm just catching him. As you see, I'm slipping out, slipping back in, throwing hooks. It's the best way to fight someone like this. You know, I mix my hooks up as well, so it's not power spamming. You know, I throw a lot of double lefts and then I throw hard right. As you see there, he's stunned again. His face is bright red. You can see he's been taking tons of shots and getting beat off fight. Dropped him again. You know, you see here in this next clip, he's in trouble and he takes a knee. He's a broken fighter at this point. It's round 7. We've got 2 more rounds left. I don't need to get silly here with Amir Khan. You know, I know he's got a glass chin, so I don't want to keep running in against someone who's naturally bigger than me like Joe Karzagi. And, you know, you see in this clip, my opponents just pretty much gave up. It's the 7th round, so I'm just going to hold centre ring. You know, I'm going to fake like I'm going to come in. But I know what he wants to do. He wants to throw one big shot and try and sit me down, obviously. Try and get a flash. But that being said, I'm winning the fight. I don't need to be stupid, and this is where a lot of people will lose the fight. But yeah, stay patient, take that win. You see Joe Karzagi in the back there, sulking, but it's fine. Unanimous decision, beating from pillar to post, as you see. But yeah, he got a good few rounds in. Good war, good opponent. Next up, you see Roy Jones, and to be honest, in this fight, this is where the cracks start appearing at middleweight. And this is where we'll see the difficulties at middleweight with Amir Khan, as it started to feel like anytime Roy would touch me, he'd just instantly go down. And I suppose that's the glass chin thing with Amir Khan, and especially being at middleweight. That being said, you can still box brilliantly with Amir, and he's got fast hands. As you see, we get straight up, we get into it. Roy Jones used some dance moves somehow to get out of the way of that beating. Yeah, some Michael Jackson-esque dance moves from Roy. But we step back in, get back to work, get that finish, unlike the Sugar Ray character from earlier. Yeah, sat him down there. This is the next clip now, the next couple of rounds. You know, he's just trying to throw power shots at this point, and that's fine with me because I'm good at defending, sitting on the inside. Hit me with a ghost punch there. I just come in aggressive and yeah, sit him down, end his night, and ultimately it's over for him. He got KO'd, but that's where the cracks did start to appear for us in this middleweight division, and that will start to show now in the next fight. And we're against Carl Froch. My opponent's 33-11, so he's not the worst of opponents, but as we all know at middleweight, Carl Froch is the Deontay Wilder of middleweights. And it goes to show here, we put on a good fight, we put on a good war. As you see there, playing my normal style, circling and in, out, and throwing my hooks like I should be against a fighter like this. The problem is with facing Carl Froch, it just felt like no matter what I did, it was hitting a brick wall, and the brick wall wasn't going down. What happens here is my battery dies, and that's my own fault for not being prepared for this match. So you could say lucky for my opponent, he gets an advantage here, but obviously I do get my pad back on, but it's too late by that point, which is fine. I'm happy to carry on fighting on. You know, it's early, it's round one, I can get up, I can recover, and we can go again. That's no problem. I have belief. But yeah, this one was a really tough fight, and like I said, every time I hit Carl Froch, it just felt like I was hitting a brick wall. We don't have many more clips from this one, unfortunately, but I do lose this fight. And I just want to point out in this fight, as you can see, we do outpunch him, and we do throw half of our shots as power shots, but yet we was unable to drop him, but he could drop me 6 times. It was just, wow. We decided to take one more fight at middleweight against young Canelo, and here, you know, we're having a good scrap. You know, it's early on. You know, he's got fast hands, I have fast hands, we have him in trouble, but he's trying to push off. What does my head in there at this point is I've connected with about 6, 7, maybe even 8 hooks there. And yeah, he was pushing me off, but I was landing them hooks. And not once did he drop or did they seem to do any damage, even though he was hurt. But yeah, just 20 seconds later, he has me in the same hurt position. And it's, you know, it's a bit like, wow. You can see the power difference here in middleweight with some of the fighters. You know, we're trying to put on a war. We're going toe-to-toe. We are hurting him at times, and he's not really doing much to us by the looks of it. You're going to see this next clip, we did eventually get to him. You know, we put him down. He gets back up. This one was a total war. You know, good fight, hard fight, good opponent. But once again, I couldn't help but feel if this was in a lower weight class and we wasn't in the higher weight class where the power was more for the, you know, the opponent, we'd probably be okay. But yeah, it's a hard war, and eventually, you know, he's just going to get on top of us, and he's going to do what he's doing there, which is holding off. I do try and come in quite aggressive a few times, but every time that I did and I felt like I was getting on top of him, that's what would happen. he'd sit me down with one shot, and it was just impossible to play against him because it was just like I said, hitting brick walls, and then anytime they hit me once or twice, it seemed like to be GG's. Ultimately, we would get up a few times, but we couldn't carry on going. And this is how the story would end for Amir Khan at middleweight, just like it did against Carl Froch and now against Alvarez. And I can't see it improving. As you can see at the start of the video, though, we did go against a few hard opponents and end up coming out on top. As you can see from the scorecards, you know, in that last, we was going into the 8th round and I was losing by 1 point. Ultimately, I got knocked out in the 8th. That being said, with Amir Khan in middleweight, I'd say he's a good 6'5". 6.5 it is for Amir Khan at middleweight. Ultimately, we're going to go down to welterweight in episode 2. This was episode 1. So stay tuned, turn on your notifications, subscribe, comment down below any fighters you think I should use for future episodes, get the ideas flowing now, and hopefully you'll like everything you see. The more subscribes, the more likes, the more I can do better content.